Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the J Funkadelic Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 33. This is a segment for the moment that I'm representing my life to the goddamn fullest. You know the vibes, you know the flavor. Let's talk about all the rappers that got locked up or in jail or dealing with the feds or not being released on bond or whatnot. The reasons why I recommend what I recommend is for myself to understand that I really need to do what I need to do in my own life and getting ready for the summer and the spring. Before the summer, it could be the spring. No matter what could happen to anybody else in this piece, we all know people gotta represent. We know people gotta use their brain. For what type of reason? You know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, the way I like to see shit pop off. The way I love it. The way I want to go to the city. The way I want to meet these celebrities. Shout out to my girl Brooke Shields last night. I went to see her in Symphony Hall on 96th Street. But unfortunately, I couldn't get a photo with her because she had to catch her flight to take the plane back to California somewhere. Not when it was burnt down. She needed to go back home, on the plane to her state or whatnot. So shout out to Brooke Shields. I got her book. Okay, the book is good. And I like the book. You know what I'm saying? She was talking about her lifestyle. I've got a big history of Brooke Shields. She's one of the dopest females I ever met in my whole life when she was young. She's 59 years old, going on 60. As I recommend, she is one of the legends in the celebrity world. So you understand, Brooke Shields is an icon from being an actor, as I may say. For the record straight, you know what I'm talking about, man. You know how people like to sit in the audience and they watch a show and then they ask questions and they be saying all this type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You know how real stuff could get from the bottom up of what the hell I'm saying. Well, what I know about the celebrities that I meet, what I've known about seeing Chaz Palminteri at Stu Leonard's when I bought me some food and I had to pay $80 for a bottle of wine or something, but I had to bring it back to pay for the wine just to get a photo with Chaz Palminteri. And I knew what I was going through when I saw him when he played in Bronx Tale or something. So you know what the hell I'm talking about. You know how stuff could get. The real things that I do in my life is act proper and be whoever I want to be and get ready for the warm weather to hit. Now it's 25 degrees outside. We ain't trying to be out in the cold weather all night waiting for somebody to come out and ask for a photo. We ain't trying to do that. People try to do it, but nothing ever works. For the only exceptions that people deny photos or accept photos, that I went to SOBs and I went to see Siggy perform at SOB. Shout out to my homegirls Siggy and Susie. They're my homegirls right there. Shout out to y'all. Y'all represent hip-hop to the fullest. And I like y'all because I know Susie did a new track with Jim Jones with that Harlem joint. How many of y'all are feeling that for a reason? Why? When I want to be in my own space of knowing how people could be knowing about the rap and hip-hop culture. We all see it go down the way it should go down. From not listening to that mumble rap. How many times I gotta goddamn tell you this? For the bottom up to be straight up OG, you gotta know how people are gonna be feeling if they want to take a picture with you. But if they don't, leave it alone, alright? Let it be, let it go. Don't stress it. I know it could be a lot overwhelming. I understand. But sometimes I don't take pictures with a lot of celebrities, like my man Steve from Arizona does. and Alexander does. I don't really care. I don't really give a damn how many people, celebrities that people take with their camera phones or their devices or whatever the case is. You know, I try in hip hop to the fullest or any kind of genre y'all be listening to. Y'all get this stuff straight. I am Jay Funkadelic. I am the Funkable operator. We all know y'all heard me before. Y'all all know y'all heard me before. The way I see things, the way how it goes down. You really think that I'm going to take a forward celebrity and the security and the bodyguards deny your photo when they go like this to you? Because a lot of people don't respect nothing. They don't want you to respect the celebrity status or the culture. That you try to like build an empire for what I do and what you do. You know what I'm saying? You want to build an empire. You want to print out all your photos. You want to like put in all picture frames and do what you love doing for your whole entire life. That's how stuff can go down the way I see it, the way I believe how people are just getting jealous or people are be hating or people be sucking their teeth and like, oh, forget it. I can't see his ass anymore. For what goddamn reason, y'all know the situation with me, even if it's on hold. I don't even hardly work in January. I wait for the weather to get a lot warmer so I can work once again, being on the job and getting paid and stop hating. You know how I do. People know what I do, know how I get around. You believe in what I say. You believe in God. You believe in Jesus. There's a lot of shit be popping off the way you should see it, the way it is in life. You got to represent that hip hop flavor to the fullest. You got to represent that rock and roll. I don't just listen to hip hop. I listen to a lot of rock and roll music from the straight up. I listen to Q100.3. I don't even bother listen to all those stations. I like rock and roll. I'm feeling rock music because think about you want to listen to rock and roll. Think about when Run DMC came out with a Rock King of Rock record. Think about when they did Rockbox. You know what I'm saying? Because Run DMC put the rock into hip hop music. Especially the Beastie Boys. Especially House of Pain. Especially Cypress Hill. Especially all those rappers that I've heard from back in the day. They put rock into hip hop. Hip hop is like a big genre. And people should know and understand. It doesn't have to be funk. It doesn't have to be, it could be rock and roll with the funk. And then you make a pattern out of making a beat out of a rock and roll joint. You will still get the respect when you listen to hip hop with rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Rock and roll is a spirit when you play the guitar. You know what I'm saying? When you jam to the music, just like Kiss. You know Kiss, Gene Simmons, and all the other guys. Do you remember when Tupac brought out Kiss at the Grammys years ago? Do you know that Tupac brought out the Grammys and Kiss came on stage with Tupac 29 years ago, like 28 years ago? Do you think it could be a propaganda when Old Dirty Bastard came in the Grammys and Old Dirty Bastard went, Puffy is good, but Wu-Tang's the best. Peace. And that's what he said. My condolences, rest in peace, shout out to Old Dirty Bastard. And shout out to his son who's blowing up in the rap industry. Shout out to YDB, but I loved it, ODB, like Old Dirty Bastard. You know him from the Brooklyn Zoo. Shame on you. I know the whole words. You play the Old Dirty Bastard Brooklyn Zoo song, I will know every lyric that he said on that record. But I heard it like, the record came out like 30 years ago. Didn't you know 30 years ago, Old Dirty Bastard came out with the 36 Chambers? Do you really enter the 36 chambers, old dirty bastard? He had the fake state ID on there with the black guy with the rat tails. You know what I'm talking about old dirty bastard. I remember seeing him on Howard Stern. I remember seeing Flavor Flav on Howard Stern. Yeah, boy. You know Flavor Flav, with always wearing the clock around his neck, always doing a perfect situation with him getting around, meeting every celebrity in the whole goddamn world. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to be getting around like Pac and Shock G every time. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue. I'll be around this summer, but I have to see how the money's going to flow. I got to see how the cash is going to be floating around. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have to work to get paid to see people. You know what I'm saying? I've got options. I want to go to a basketball game. I want to go to another baseball game. I would like to go to all these concerts that are coming up in the near future. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. You know how not ridiculous that people are just, getting around, rocking stadiums, going to good arenas, and be jumping off all over the joint. You know what I'm talking about, that. For the serious goddamn situation. People are going to hate. People are going to love. Okay? Like I just said, people are going to love, people are going to hate, people are going to be nice, and people are going to be not nice, and people are going to be very disrespectful. Be careful where you go in your life. Look around for your surroundings. Okay? So look around for your surroundings, brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect everybody in this world. There's a lot of people that disrespect me, they can go F themselves. And I don't really give a damn what they be thinking. I try to be nice to somebody, and people want to put their murk on and tell me to get the hell away from me, and I told them to go F themselves. And that's it. I don't say no more after that. I keep it moving. I really keep it moving, like I'm saying Kim. Kim stands for keep it moving. Do y'all really know that? Okay? Do y'all really know that KIM stands for keep it moving? Don't stop. You know, like Soul to Soul would have did that record. Keep it moving, don't stop. That was an old classic funk hip hop record that I heard back in there. I was feeling Soul to Soul. I had the cassette tape to Soul to Soul. Back to life, back to reality. Even if the other one they played, Jazzy's Groove, was the one I sampled, Where I Be At, and that song was dope. I don't really hardly like to be in another state, but I remain in New York. Ain't nothing like New York, man. I don't give a damn if you hate New York or you love New York or the city we planted from listening to good music and going to these venues and go to these concerts that you want to see from all the people from big, small capacity. You know what I'm talking about from the record straight. I would love to go to record stores. I would love to go here. I would love to go there. I would love to go everywhere. Like you're saying it by Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. Kool Herc did not start hip-hop. It was Disco King Mario that put the funk in R&B records years ago. Before Kool Herc had a hip-hop jam in 1973, sampling the funk records and making James Brown records sound like instrument records. Did y'all know that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I was watching documentaries of hip-hop like a motherflower. Believe that I did that. Believe that I know. Believe it I know I'm repping hip-hop to the fullest. Not that stuff they play today, but the stuff they played back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when I was growing up in the Bronx. Come on now, you got to be realistic with me. You got to follow, you got to go every direction, get somewhere in life, do what you need to do. You want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer, you want to be a reggae artist, you want to be a jazz player, you want to be a producer, you want to make beats. But only for you to be a rapper, you have to be in school. You have to know about knowledge, wisdom, and all your history lessons. Okay, from your teacher that you could be down with. I've been in 2 schools. I never went to college. Okay, I never had a high school diploma. I never had none of that stuff. I was in 2 schools, one in the Bronx and one in Westchester, in Thornwood. I was in school for 8 years in Thornwood, and I came back to the Bronx. And the medications that I took that didn't make me feel well, it got me very, very sick. And you know what I'm thinking, that the medication that I took back in the past did really not agree with me at all. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of trial and errors I had to go through. I kept on eating like a mother flower. I kept on eating, and I gained a lot of weight when I got older. I mean, that's a fact. You know, it could be a little, like slightly an opinion, but that's a real fact that I'm talking about. You know the way how I walk down the block and not get hurt by a suspect. And then I'm going to make a police report that I got assaulted by the bus stop back in 2019 because I was anxious waiting for a bus. The dude didn't want to mind his business and he wanted to assault me. I don't give a damn what he looked at, but he's a punk. Okay, when he did that, he's a coward. A straight up gang member coward. The cops were looking for him. They must ban him from being on Summer Boulevard because I don't like what he did. All he had to do was talk to me like a man and straighten me out. He didn't have to knock. He didn't have to punch me. He didn't have to assault me, break my glasses, take my phone, smash it in the street. He didn't have to do all that. All he had to do was talk to me like a man and talk about my feelings and talk about problems. He would have calmed me down. But no, he took me a dangerous way. He put me in a dangerous position of the stuff that he goddamn did. And I wasn't even feeling it. I thought he would have killed me. I was scared. Had to be in the ambulance. I had to like put a towel on my face. My eye was swollen like a mother flower. Believe it was. And that's my only fact that I'm telling what happened in that I look at situations the way I see it.